This is the video of our relationship in Draw My Life from like 2009 till now. It's sort of short, but sort of long. It was September 8th, 2009 when we first met at Wood Middle School. It was after, because Beckman Creek and Boone's Ferry came into one school. There was a bunch of new kids that no one knew, and so it was really interesting meeting all these new people. I got a top locker on the northeast porch. It's kind of near the 6th grade porch, really close by. I was on the way from the front door, and around the corner was my first class, which was math, and it was also my advisory, which I didn't even know what was. And the teacher was Miss Greeno, and she, now that I look back on it, she's a little bit crazy. I went and sat down next to the window, rocking my ponytail with one of my friends named Carlin, who also was in the class. And then you walked in, and I noticed you at first glance. You were cute as a button, and you just made me want to smile. You sat down across the room, and I couldn't stop looking at you. The first bell rang, and I would stay in that class because it was my first period for math, which we shared also 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, which was history, English, and science. But for 5th, I had gym and you had band, and for 6th, you had gym and I had some wheel, like art or something. But in your gym class, there was an evil girl named Zoe, who you quote unquote went out with, who she told me on Facebook that she liked you, and I was going to tell her that I liked you, which didn't really work out. But on 4th period, one day in science, we became partners when I asked you, and we would cut down thorn bushes that were outside the science room for some project, which was like 2 hours long. And that was one of the best days because I got to spend it all with you. And I had a secret to tell, but I didn't really tell anyone except my friends, but I thought they'd keep it down. And one day you were at the Valley's pool with Cassie and Allie, and you were with Spencer. And they asked you if you liked anyone, and you told them that you liked me. And later that night you texted me, FYI, I like you. And my heart dropped through the floor, went through the ceiling, back into the sky, back to me, and I had a dance party. And in 7th grade, we didn't really talk. It was, people were making fun of us, and I don't know if that was part of it, or it was me, or something I did, or maybe you just didn't even like me anymore. Time went on, and nothing really happened. But later, the next year during summer, I went on a road trip to Sun River with my family, and you said that you loved me, but I don't think we really meant it. But it was able for us to open up, and when we went to Fry's one day, when we third wheel dated with Cassie, I held hands with you when I made the first move. We also double dated with Cassie and Spencer for movie in the park, and we would cuddle. Spencer would be on your side, and Cassie would be on my side. I feel really bad for them, and someday we'll have to pay them back for what they did. You also gave me the first present that year, and it was a beautiful necklace, which I still have. The necklace thick part broke, but I still have the rock. In 8th grade, we didn't have many classes together. I think we had 2, but that was it. It wasn't enough for actually us to talk. We traded Christmas presents, and you gave me chocolate, and I made you a cute little slideshow, just kind of like this one, which is kind of ironic, and I hoped you really liked it. But later that year, things just kind of changed, and we kind of broke up, but we were never really together. It just, whatever happened, ended, and it made me very sad, and I think that made you very sad too. But a couple of months later, I decided that I missed you, and I texted you one day, hi. That made me very happy, which I hope made you very happy. But we decided that it would just be just alike, no more L-bombs. And then we spent days at the park together playing frisbee under the trees. And we went to Miraz Plaza, Memorial Park, and we would watch movies on the portable DVD player like SpongeBob or Napoleon Dynamite. And we'd lay in the hammock and watch the clouds. And that's all that mattered, because it was just me and you. And that's all really ever matters, is that we're together. And one day on August 29th, we were playing frisbee, and I thought you were going to ask me out a couple days before, but you didn't. So I put a notepad on the frisbee to see if maybe you'd ask. And you did. You asked me, will you be my girlfriend? And I was like, Mwahaha, my plan worked. Yes, finally. I set up my evil trap. And later that evening, we put it out to the world that we were in a relationship. And everyone was just so surprised, but they knew it was coming. All that mattered that is we were together, and that's all that ever matters. And we took on high school together, and for homecoming, you asked me through a treasure hunt, which I've always wanted because I love treasure hunts, and I still have all the notes, just like everything else you gave me. I have everything that's ever happened. And one day, when we were on the couch upstairs at my house, we were watching your beloved Star Wars. And as your mom came to pick you up, or your dad, one of your parents, we were making a long, awkward goodbye, and then you kissed me. And my knees broke, and it was just awesome. And throughout the year, you would come to my terrible basketball games, and I would go to your awesome track meets and watch you win. And for Valentine's Day, you would give me flowers, and we went on to dances, and we danced, even though you hate dances, but you still go to them because I like to go to them. And everyone is just so jealous of us. We would play Zelda and video games and Tony Hawk together throughout the months, because sometimes you don't know what to do, but just being together is all that is to do, and that's the best thing to do. This has been the best year of my life, and it's all because of you. And I know it's not going to be the last. Happy 1 year anniversary, Cameron.